You guys all know Stephanie, so I'll introduce myself. Uh, my name is Woong Yun. I have my last name Yun, so call me Yun. And I'm the dean of the Reynolds School of Journalism, and I am one of the co-PIs, co-Is for. There's a different terms for based on the funding source. So, my the PI Park always kind of fixes me when I say co-PI. So it's co-I of this project. So let me just share my screen. Let's go to PowerPoint. And Stephanie, are you gonna stay here or?
Yep, I'll be here.
Okay, so share the PowerPoint with everybody. I already uploaded it. Its title of it is Web Functionality Northern Eastern Nevada. So let me go there. Do you see the screen? Okay, good. So introduce myself. I'm Dean and Professor at Reynolds School of Journalism. So just give you kind of a little bit of a spiel about myself. I am a specialist in the area of internet and the communication, computer-mediated communication. So I work on research in this area and publishing related to how people use the internet and how it impacts their perception and lives and things like that. So for this project, I'm going to talk about how you can use the web to promote your products or farmers markets. So basically, that's the focus. So today, I'm going to talk about the overall goal of the training session, which is what I'm doing right now. And I'll talk about keywords, what are the keywords for Google Maps functionality and website building using WordPress, some of the kind of the basics and the SEO, search engine optimization, and wrap up. And if you are willing to stay after 11, I can give you your specific technical problem solving. So any questions so far? No? Good. Okay. So the best update, Google Maps, my business, and use web hosting companies and image generation web for web with AI and best search engine optimization with AI. Were you here last year when I did training? Anybody?
Yes.
I was.
You're there. So there are some repeats here, but there's an update because AI is everywhere now. So I'm everybody's using AI. So you'll get some tips how to use AI to make your search engine optimization or other things better. Just a quick kind of survey here with what kind of AI the people are using at farms and farmers markets, and the ChatGPT and Gemini, Google Gemini are two kind of favorites. And I'll introduce a couple more during this session that you might enjoy. So what are good keywords? And I warned the guest here, attendees here that there are some repeats from last year's presentation. So let's take a look at what are good keywords for farmers and farmers markets. And these are the typical keywords that will make your farm and farmers markets appear on Google search better with people's search keywords. So buying fresh, locally grown food. So emphasizing on local. And organic, believe it or not, organic is something that people use a lot in their search for farms and farmers markets. So organic products, organic carrots, organic lettuce. And sustainable agriculture, using the keyword sustainable, that's also beneficial. And also using the community is also beneficial. So these are the general keywords that will benefit. If you don't have those, please consider these in your websites and also your business profiles. And also the another thing that these days are quite critical for the search engine optimization is location specific keywords. So city name, So Deeth, Samantha, if you are there, and make sure that the location is there, and include nearby locations also. If you're expecting them to find you, somebody going to Alco and somebody may find you just typing Alco farmers markets or Alco farms. So so use the bigger city in your strategy might work the better than just using these. So of course you need to include these there, but you need to include other locations and neighborhood names, Carson City, some street names that will also be beneficial. In today's search world, people are using more and more AIs, as two of you already said. Like, for example, I'm going to Sedona in March, and I am using AI to plan my trips. So if you're expecting someone to come to Elko for a vacation, like uh, the mountain, what's the name of the mountain, Elko? The beautiful mountain there, Emerald,
Rubies.
Ruby Mountain,
Rubies.
Ruby
Yeah.
Mountain, right? So I was there last time, and when I was planning, I didn't use AI at that time, but these days, I mean, people use AI to plan their trips. So to make sure that you are caught in their search algorithm and be part of that travel plan. And that's one of, if you have your time opening dates on Google Maps and others, then on your websites, then it is likely that the search engines tabulate and then produce results. And the thing is that, ChatGPT and some other non-Google products, their like sweeping web is not necessarily present, sometimes a year or two behind. But people use Gemini, which is Google search engine. It's more present. They're more reflective of the current web presence of your business. Neighbor names, a day of the week, and make sure if you have a Sunday market, make sure that that is appearing probably not excessively, but at least a couple of times in your web page. And combination of these are the good keywords. Oh, by the way, you can interrupt me anytime. You don't have to wait until the end of the presentation before you ask me any question. Product specific keywords, tomato, alcohol eggs, and sparks flowers, and that's also very beneficial. Fresh baked bread, if you're a farmers market manager, I think make sure that you have those. And artisan cheese, those are the specific keywords that I recommend also based on the search engines the related keywords. These are the effective way to promote your market on the web. And also, if you have a specific events, like some type of demonstration, pasta cooking demo, live music, and make sure you put those in there. And if you have a event or grand opening, so for example, I think the Riverside Farmers Market moves to the other location, but they will come back. So if they come back, then make sure you have that event in there. And there will be the new information when search engines are tabulating, they notice something, new events in their on the websites and Google Maps, and they put that in the search database. Unique keywords, and it is also important. Sometimes users find the unique information. For example, here the keyword is local organic vegetable near me. So in this case, it is not necessarily just farmers market, but they are specifically looking for organic vegetable. So those things you need to consider as a unique keyword. Using AI. So let's give a little practice here. If you are using Gemini already, you don't have to do that. But the three new AIs I will introduce here, if you are not using it, Perplexity AI and Recraft AI and Filter AI. So these two below, Recraft and Photo AIs, are image generation AIs that are free. There are many image generation AIs that are they're out there, but they're not free. And it's I don't want you to pay $19 a month to to work on it. So I just specifically found two free image generation AI, and all these three above, these are free, except that you can buy a premium version of it. For example, I have a premium version of Gemini, but these are good AIs. And Perplexity is relatively new one. I like Perplexity because it is in between Gemini and ChatGPT. Um, who said that using Gemini? I think, uh,
Oh, Carrie.
yeah, Carrie used Gemini. Gemini tend to hallucinate, in other words, lie a little more than others.
Mm.
That's one of the problems that Gemini has compared to ChatGPT. Again, interrupt me anytime if you feel like to. So there are some repeats from last year's presentation. So I'll just put some AI spin from last year's presentation also. So, all right. So let's go back to my previous PowerPoint screen. So Google My Business is getting more and more use. I gave a little presentation about how much it is dominating compared to last year. Uh, Google Maps dominance is even more, and they are making a lot of money out of Google. I think it was about, I think I didn't include that slide here, but it's uh, 30 to 40 billion just the Google Maps alone. So most of you already have profiles here, and when you go there, who doesn't have a profile yet here? Think most of you, okay. So I'll just go through very quickly on this one. So edit service, once you create that one, and then you create the category and put your information as photos and drag the photos and logos, and bam, you have your Google My Business profile. So when you create the Google My Business, or when you upload things to Google, they automatically shrinks your images, so you don't have to worry about too much. But when I went to many of your websites, it loads sometimes very slowly. And particularly, you need to be a little bit conscientious these days because I shown you actually Alco last time when I went there, and also Reno, that mobile access to your webpage or use to Google Maps is much higher. So you don't have to worry about, again, the Google side, map side, because they shrink the image so it loads quickly. But your own uh, the web page, websites you have, you need to shrink the image to make sure that your images are appearing rather quickly. So I use Mac, so Preview has an option of reduce size of the photo. So make sure before you upload it, just don't upload it immediately and shrink it. Also, many of your phones you have an option to shrink before you upload it, because the simple edit function will allow you to shrink your size. So like the JPG and PNG, typically that's the format that your phones are taking when you take photos, and between 10 kilobytes to 5 megabytes. And if you shrink it, the size will be probably less than 5 megabytes for the web-friendly version of it. So like the way to shrink it is just to recommend the resolution size to 720 pixel, 720 pixel. This will allow you to have zero point 0.1 megabyte size if you do that, around that, and it will load very quickly. So, but you don't want to go lower than 250 pixel tall and 250 pixel wide. So make sure you have a little bit better resolution, but not necessarily like full resolution that your photo takes. And videos is also can take up a lot of space, as you experienced already. Many of you probably fill up your phone's memory very quickly, and but downsizing phone's image is also automatic when you try to send it to someone over text, but it is not necessarily that way when you upload it on your web page. And my recommendation is put it on YouTube or Vimeo channel, and then link it from your page or from your Google Maps business profile, and that's will substantially speed up people's access to your video files. So again, if you need my recommendation from 11, I can give you technical advice for your specific needs in this area. The photos and video upload, your profile is not verified, or in some cases, like me or someone else update your photos and videos to your Google Maps and your business, and it will appear later, not necessarily immediately, but if you own your business profile, it will appear quite quickly. The reason why there is delay is because there are some obscene materials that Google doesn't like people to upload, so they have an automatic filtering system. The way it works is Google initially screen it with AI and see if there's any obscene material in there, and then if it is rejected, if you file your request to upload it again, then their chain of command will eventually go to human and review the process. So don't be discouraged when you upload something. For some reason, AI's false detection can reject your video. Try again and file a complaint, and finally it reaches human beings, then it will be approved. If your logo photo doesn't appear, and make sure your name and valid location and categories and phone numbers and open hours are there. If you don't have those, they may not take your logo. So make sure you have those in there. So my next slide is using AI and image and video generation. So I first tested with Gemini because I have this paid version of it. So I create, there are some videos they are not willing to create. For example, I tried using a keyword like create image for me with babies there, and Google refused to create baby images in there. However, other software like Photor, I use the Photo AI, Photor AI, and it created the image with baby. So I kind of tailored it in a way. For this one, the left one with the carrot, I asked create an image with carrot and mushrooms, and I think this one is, I think, generic farmers market image from like Elko, something like that. So so it generated image like these are all AI generated images. And this one I use create a dog friendly image about farmers market in Reno, Nevada, and then it created this image. And next one is create an image about farmers market in Reno, Nevada selling carrots and mushrooms. So it created this image by Gemini. And again, this is created by image a program called Photo.ai, and I'll show you next one is Recraft later, but this is for make sure this is kind of gray area still. So people are talking about it, how to reference these photos you generate. It is very friendly. So sometimes, it is better to use your own photo you own. Like, like in the world of copyright, you take a photo and that's yours and nobody else's. So you can use it. somebody who clicked the button is the owner of that photo. So there's a controversy because let's say if you ask some tourists come in and, oh, let's take a photo of me and hand your phone to them, once they click the button, it is owned by them, not necessarily you. There's a famous case of monkey who took selfie and it went all the way to the Supreme Court. And is the monkey owner of the photo? Like, remember, like National Geographic has a photo with like smiling monkey, uh, and that was a huge controversy about who owns the photo. That may come back and haunt us because these photos are created by AI. So, do you own this photo? If you use your keyword and create this photo using Gemini, or is a Gemini click this 3D views and then I can choose what kind of style I want to have. So I chose previous example I show on the PowerPoint screen was these graphic design, but I can choose something else. For example, let's say I go, let's go a little crazy Japanese animation style here, apply. And then I click uh, uh, okay, so I recrapped and it will think a little bit and then create an image based on the style I chose. And it's free. This is crazy. So you can create some images like this and whatever you can enjoy with this. This one I may this is okay. So I think this is better somehow, I think. So you can use different styles to create your image, and obviously you can download it and export it and use it. And also with, as I said, you need to have some attributes in there saying that it's generated by Recraft, by you and in Recraft, and you do that, then you can use it. Any question? This is kind of fun, right? So let me go back to the PowerPoint. All right. Okay. So another way to use AI is AI doesn't feel anything. So uh, I had a question previously from a professional baseball player, and he was very concerned about public opinion about his plays. So he monitored all these social media comments and stressed out because, like people say something about him, how terrible you are on that day, and how can you miss that easy ball, and because of you, your team lost and things like that. So, and also some people use very nasty words in there. So I told him, don't don't look at that, but ask your wife or somebody close to you, monitor those comments, and then tell you only something good to you, and mitigate some negative words toward you, and let them reply to those nasty comments, so that you don't have too much stress on that. You can use AI to do this these days. So for example, if somebody posts something very negative on your site, it is better to respond than actually leave it there, because people who go to your Google Maps or Yelp reviews, they will take a look at it. So instead of being stressed out, you can actually ask Google, or you can ask actually AI how to respond those negative comments very gently and politely, and they are fantastic actually doing these kind of work. So I think Carrie and who was that? Samantha told me that they're using AI to ChatGPT and Gemini to write things, but writing is very creating and writing and summarizing can be done very well by AI, but also very emotional writing can be done very well by AI too, and relieves your stresses. So, for example, here, this is a kind of typical writing on comment section on farmers markets. I love to go to farmers market every week, but the price is way too high. I feel like farmers are overcharging the customer. I don't think the product is worth the high price. So if you have that kind of comment and you're like, what? You don't understand what we're doing here, and how can you say such a thing? Of course, this is a very gentle kind of text compared to actual the posting some people actually do. There are some not so nice people out there. And how do you respond it? And you try to digest and write it, and your blood pressure goes up and whatnot. Instead of you doing it, ask AI to answer. And AI to answer depends on the writing. You can ask, oh, write it casual response to this, or formal and shorter and longer, or ask AI to write polite reply to these. And you can totally do that, and you can relieve your stresses by asking AI to work very emotionally challenging kind of responses. So, oh, somebody or something. Oh yeah, of course. Uri, the Stephanie will give all the presentation to everybody. So this is a Google form. Why don't you go to, uh, I put it on the chat box, your favorite AI, and ask a question, how to respond negative posting like this. And what you can do is you can also customize it in a way that negative posting a response can be casual, formal, shorter, polite, longer, whichever way you want to do it. Yeah, at that moment. So, share my screen again. In that matter, same thing with the email. So when you receive some negative emails, not just your business operation, but sometimes you get nasty emails from someone, you can ask AI to respond. My rule, there are two rules in the email exchanges when I teach my students about how to communicate better using social media and email. Number one, your email should be short. And number two, don't write email when you're angry. Those are the two rules that I tell them, because you always regret. Late night, you receive an email. In the heat of the moment, you write an email and you send it, and next morning you're grabbing your hair and try to pull it out because you're thinking like, why did I write that email? So my two rules to students are always: email should be short, and when you're angry, sleep it over. Don't write an email. So anybody posted something? And I don't see any responses yet. I still trying. Let me just try with perplexity. Let's say perplexity. So I'll ask, example. So So Perplexity is having like, thank you for the response, like, thank you for the feedback. We understand your concern about price. We aim to strike a balance between offering fresh, high quality produce and ensuring our farmers can sustain their livelihood. Several factors include, this is a long, long one. So I'll ask like, uh, within, so so this is a shorter one when you want to make it shorter. So depends on your preference, and you can do that. Make it so you can just you can almost abuse like AI to tell what you want and make your emotional kind of demands in here. So what's your question? Can you write me a polite response for comments about our price and farmers market too high and not the cost? How to respond kindly negative ones. Okay, so uh, this one is we appreciate your feedback. And who wrote this one? Is it from ChatGPT or uh, excellent? So how do you like perplexity here that I have like demonstrated? Do you think it's worth trying different AIs? Any comment from anyone? Good. So so this is the last one I'll probably use, the more polite. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts about pricing in our farmers market. We truly appreciate your feedback and understand your concerns. We aim to find a balance where we can offer fresh. So it's very similar to the initial answer, but the tone became a little bit more polite. And last one, the second paragraph, would love for you to visit us again. This is something that 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 I would say, but AI does the same, and chat with our farmers directly to learn more about their practices and the value they bring to our community. We also try to offer promotions like a bundle pricing to make our, I don't know, this is made up actually. I don't know if you do that. If you do that, obviously you can use it. And thank you for your support. We hope to see you at the farmers market again soon. I like it actually. So uh, let's go back to the slide. All right. So I hope you enjoy the practice. So so look, this is a repeat from last year. So the Google advertising was a bit effective because based on our campaign last year, we had nice visits coming to our the farmers market listing page that small business uh, the bureau, Kelly's office, created for us. So we got some attraction from that web page. So the campaign, if you want a Google ad campaign, you put your ad space there and you put your customized. So this all these screenshots are from Google Ad Words sites, so you can use their Google AdWords and basically follow the direction. And this is very user friendly, and you can select the advertising the budget. And we spent, I think we spent. Stephanie, do you remember how much we spent? Is Stephanie still here?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if it was 2,000 total, if I'm not mistaken, for Google and our Facebook ads, but Google specifically, I think it was 1,500, maybe a
Yeah.
thousand. Yeah.
I think we drew a substantial number of people through Google, and Facebook was more. The nice thing about Facebook was more tailored with their interest, because Facebook has so much information about individual users, what they post and what they like. Sometimes when you go to Facebook, you express your taste of content that you enjoy on social media. So Facebook was more effective in terms of targeting audience, but obviously the Facebook advertising only goes to Facebook, so it's not related to search. So we deploy a strategy of using both Google and Facebook because people who are swing by Alco area, they can use search, and then it appears on their webpage, and how they directly find your location using the Google. So and so if you want to place some Google ad, but the price tag is the one thing that is very nice about Google and Facebook is it is not necessarily hugely expensive. So if you want to place an ad on newspaper and radio and TV, and it can go up high, 5,000, 6,000, sometimes actually less than that, but oftentimes it goes very high. Google and Facebook as are relatively cheap. You can do as much effective campaign. For example, if you're living in the Reno area, I've done campaign with $500 just specifically targeting small area with specific keywords, and it was quite effective attracting user to your site. So that's one of the reasons why Facebook and Google they are quite popular in generating revenue. So I'm running out of time, so I'll be very quick on this one. It's kind of repeat again from last year. If you have a problem with WordPress, again, after 11 that I can do the specific troubleshoot for you with you. WordPress, the major concept that people, whenever I do this consultation, the major confusion is page versus post. So page is static and post is moving all the time. So for the example that I can easily give you, if you have a WordPress website, page doesn't move all the time. So for example, if you have your opening hours, you just update the page every day or every week or every month. Or if you have about your page, and that's a page. Post is something that you update or create new post every week, once a month, whatever time period that you have, or every 3 days, every 4 days, something new. Like it's almost like blogging, or almost like putting on Facebook content in there. So if you understand this structure, WordPress is super easy to maintain. And most of the cases when I troubleshoot, this is the question that I have, and this is the confusion that people have. And appearance, second most one is appearance is the theme. The theme, I always advise choose stable theme, because themes becomes outdated, and you really can face a problem, because themes, if you purchase from somewhere, if you pay $18, themes are quite cheap in some places, but if they don't do updating, and your WordPress look very outdated and look broken. So choose theme conservatively, and sometimes default theme is better, even though it's missing the bells and whistles, and it is easy to maintain, update, and with no broken links, and look more stable that way. Because when you create a web page using WordPress, you want to have a fancy looking and design in your mind that oh, this doesn't look good, and I want to have a specific design, and that can often cause a problem later when you try to update. Plugins also. Plugins can be very useful, but you have to be very careful using plugins also, because they have a security breaches oftentimes. So if new plugin, some fancy plugins, and that can be also obsolete, and it becomes a security issues. And also not just security, but the design can sometimes go against the theme that you chose, and your website look broken at that point. So that is something that I want you to be careful about. So I'll just skip all this Bluehost because I think most of you have a web page already, and I can troubleshoot with you separately. So SEO, we talked about SEO a little bit, but something that I would like to, I want you to be careful again with SEO is Google oftentimes flag you if you try to manipulate SEO too much, and once you are flagged, then it will be very difficult to go back, recover your flagged status. So if you have a Facebook, Facebook is okay, I think, but if you have a website or Google My Business, and make sure you're not manipulating in an excessive way, so that Google feels that you're manipulating. For example, if you're posting repeated images, similar images on your Google Maps page, or repeated similar content on your page over and over again, that can be flagged as ill intention to manipulate search engine optimization. So try to be genuine and in terms of your postings. Using AI here and there, using the images you created, that's fine. But again, excessive use of those will flag you. And the thing is that Google uses AI to filter copyrighted images. So one day, if let's say Gemini created images owned all by Google, and they have authority to take down and the means to do it technology wise, to take down all your images created with Gemini. It is not likely, but I'm just telling you that excessive use of any certain images or technologies can potentially hurt you. So be more balanced approach in this search engine optimization, and be genuine, and they'll prevent you from any trouble and any issues in the future. These are all kind of different techniques that people try to manipulate, cloaking, showing different content, search engine. For example, if there is a kind of keyword of the month, let's say related farmers market is, let's say mushroom, and because of that you display certain mushroom name in your keyword, but it has a completely different content in there. It can be flagged. Or if you're just replicating contents and purchase links to manipulate search engine ranking, and ignoring mobile. This one is actually more of not intentional, but ignoring mobile optimization. If you use actually WordPress, it automatically optimizes for mobile, so you're fine. But if you have a separate type of web page that you build with the mobile unfriendly, then that can also hurt you, because these days a lot of traffic's coming to your site will be probably more so from mobile than actually the desktops. This is probably the most important part, updates. So when you see updates, don't procrastinate, just do it immediately, or even take it down if you cannot update it right away. And user experience. So search engine, make sure site is simple to navigate. And I know that sometimes you want to put all this information on your web page, but that can often hurt you. So make it very simple page, because at the end of the day, your aim is attracting customers to the farmers market and farmers. And you can always offer phone calls or emails there, so more details can be done from person-to-person communication. So sometimes you got a call. I think when I was giving an in-person lecture, some of you told me that they got a call from Google. It is not likely that Google will call you. So those are the most people mostly try to kind of sell you something. So be careful getting a contact with the search engine optimization companies that promise that they'll boost your search engine results. So these are the examples of search engine optimization companies advertising, and these are not really recommended. So going back to genuine content, search engine SEO strategy is create valuable content. So write information and engage content that people will naturally want to link to, and stories that people might be interested in, and attract local attraction, provide farming related content, local media. The great alliances and had a huge weight on Google search, public media and universities. So KNCC, KUNR, KNPR, UNLV, UNR, and all these institutions are great allies to use. So guest blogging, high quality article to your relevant website. So I think Ashley talked about media relations, and those can be applied on your search engine optimization strategy, because local media, if you appear there and make sure you can request reporters when they report, if they have a web page, make sure they have a link to your Google My Business and your web page if you have. Most of the reporters will send you where they put their content online. So if you see the content and you don't see a hyperlink, and just simply ask them, oh, can you make a link to my webpage? Or sometimes they have a policy of not to have a link, and then just put it there with the address of the link, not necessarily linking, but kind of put www something something there without making a link. People still copy and paste into their browser and go there. So you can request those. Some of your web page relevant to online directories. Make sure if you have any change, for example, in our online directory is what we maintain. So you can contact us or small business, Kelly over there, and they can update your information if you have any change of location and whatnot. Social media, I think these are the ones actually already discussed by Ashley, so I'll skip these. And link exchange email. So this is also something that you can use AI. So I'm not going to practice for this one, but for the search engine world, getting link from other people, other website are the most important part of your boosting your search engine ranking with the related keywords. So oftentimes you can ask your friends to write an email to email exchange. So this time, this is our last year's slide, but I actually used AI to generate it. Where did it go? Maybe I didn't put it here. Okay. So this is an example. Okay, here we go. So this is a AI generated one. So link exchange example. So this is one I use ChatGPT. So write an email to peer companies to link exchanges. So this is an example that the ChatGPT generated. You can totally copy and paste this slide because you're going to have it. But if you want to tailor it to your taste, you can use AI to generate an email for you about the link exchange. So here, like Carrie or Samantha with Danielle, let's have a exchange a link from our webpage and businesses, and write an email each other. You know each other already, but if you find the location that you want to email link exchange, that will work very well. And actually, when I went to Alco, we went to a Middle Eastern restaurant there, and I'm not sure where they're getting their vegetables from, but if you're a supplier of the vegetables to those restaurants, then you can totally ask them to link from their restaurant page to your farm, so that you can have more links from those restaurants. By the way, that Middle Eastern restaurant was fantastic, and I really enjoy it. The next time I'll go there again. So you can write an email. Of course, you can go there and ask them to do that, but write a polite email and then ask link exchange. So use AI to do those. Okay, that's all I have. I kind of flew a little bit, about 5 minutes, but any question or concern, suggestions, or anybody has a specific problem solving that you want me to help?